Relationship advice. Update. My 48 female daughter 25 female slept with elder daughter's 27 female husband and is now facing harsh treatment. Original story. About 3 years ago, me and my husband 53 male had found out that my daughter Donna had an affair with our older daughter's, Marina's, husband, Leonard. It was especially infuriating because Marina had been violated a couple weeks prior. Marina was in a mess due to her ordeal, and after she found out that her husband had been messing with her sister, didn't help with her mental health. In short, she was constantly self-harming and would have panic attacks and or start crying randomly. What made it worse was that Marina kept blaming herself for what happened to her and her husband's infidelity. We've put her in therapy, and she's been doing a lot better, thank God. On the other hand, when I went to confront Dawn about this mess, she just said that she was attending to Marina's husband because she was refusing intimacy in a really condescending way. I was so mad that I wanted to put my hands on her. How could she say that after such a horrible thing happened? I straight up told her that until Marina's comfortable enough, she shouldn't contact me. She started screaming, but I was over it. After Marina and Leonard divorced, him and Donna ended up engaged. My son Josiah told me this and wanted me and my husband to come to the wedding/engagement party. I was appalled that she had the audacity to ask me that kind of question, and I declined. I told her that I loved her, but I simply cannot be with her and give her my blessings as she said horrible things and hasn't apologized. Told her and Leonard that my husband was on the same boat, and warned her that if Leonard cheated with her, then it won't be out of the question that he will cheat on her. Fast forward to the present. Donna was banging on my door pleading for me to let her in. She had a tear-streamed face holding a baby and a toddler, so I let her in. She was crying while saying how Leonard had been emotionally and verbally mistreating her, and also had a side family. She didn't want to stay in the house with him any longer and wants out. This is a hard situation for me as both daughters aren't doing so well. But as much as I hate to say it, one brought it on herself. Can anyone give help in such a situation? Please help me. Now for the top advice before reading the update. If Marina lives with you, Donna can't. Full stop. Yes, Donna is in a bad situation now, but that doesn't change the fact that she cheerfully hurt her sister a few years ago without apologizing. You can't even let Donna stay with you if she apologizes at this point, because you wouldn't be able to trust that apology was sincere. Help her contact your nearest women's shelter/organization and a divorce lawyer. If you can help her out a bit more, then you can offer to get her a hotel room for a month or so. But she has to get her own bank account and job, if she doesn't have them already, to support herself and her kids. Once you've done that, do let Marina know that you're helping Donna out, but not having her live with you. You don't want to blindside Marina if she runs into Donna. If Marina says, "Why did you send her to a shelter/hotel?" Stick her in the spare room. Without any prompting or requests from you or Donna, then you can consider letting her stay for a bit. If you want to live with Donna and her kids, it's okay for you to decide that you don't want them in your house under any circumstances. The without any prompting or requests from you here is really important. Marina's dealt a lot with misguided guilt. She doesn't need to be put in a hard position of deciding whether her sister is going to get help or not from the family. She might feel the need to say yes, even if she doesn't want to. And if she says no when asked, then Donna could use that as a weapon against her and hurt her emotionally. Your daughter is facing the consequences, and if you let her stay, you will lose the innocent victim daughter. Choose wisely. Exactly. Marina has been through enough. Take in the kids or Donna can go to a shelter. While I am still upset about what Donna has put Marina into, I don't want to separate her from the kids yet. And I still want to be grandparent. That being said, I don't want Marina to have a relapse. Another thing is Marina really wanted kids, and I'm not sure how she will react seeing her nephews. While I don't feel equipped to give you any advice on this, I do want to say I'm sorry that you're in this position at all. It must be awful. I hope it works out and you can come to a solution. I can't even begin to imagine how hard this situation must be for basically everyone in the story. How does your husband and Marina feel about her coming back? I think this is one of those situations that no one on the internet can answer. Good luck, Opie. My husband is at loss as well. I really do love Donna, and I hate seeing her like this. However, I don't want to do anything that may hurt Marina in any way, shape, or form because of the hurt her sister put her into. But Donna has innocent kids that didn't do anything, and I still want to be grandparent to them. And now for the update. Thank you for the kind advice everyone has given me so far. It means a lot. I haven't been able to post lately because of everything that has been happening with my 2 girls. So here's an update for those who have asked. I followed your advice and sat Marina down and talked about Donna's request and the possibility of taking her in, or at the very least her children. Marina looked like she was going to burst into tears and cried, saying we were choosing to help Donna over her. I realized that I was so caught up in having my happy family and being a grandparent that I was neglecting the person who was hurting the most in this situation. Me and my husband apologized for overlooking Marina's feelings and assured her that Donna was not going to be staying with us. Our relationship has been strained a bit, and I admit I was rather selfish, and looking at everything with rose-tinted glasses is hurting me and my daughter's relationship. Since Donna nor her kids would be staying with us, I phoned my relatives to see if anyone would take her in. None of them would, because they are disgusted by how Donna treated Marina during a traumatic event. Most of them were angry at me for suggesting such a thing after what happened, and told me that this was retribution for her actions. I then phoned Donna telling her that while I care about her, she cannot stay at my place because I need to tend to Marina's needs, and to ensure her mental health doesn't get any worse. My husband and I are going to find her a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment, but she will need to work for the rent, /food, /utilities, etc., and we have a divorce lawyer just in case. Donna asked why she just can't stay at my place, and I told her that staying with us will just cause Marina unnecessary stress and could increase her mental health issues. I also told her that she has to act like an adult and get a job. Donna said that she hasn't had a job in years, and she'll need somewhere to get back on her feet rent-free. I told her that I could pay for the first month's rent, but I will not be taking her in. She tried to switch gears and use her kids, but my husband said that he can pay for the daycare until she gets a job. She started to scream at us and say some very nasty words to not only us, but Marina. Donna said that Marina needs to get over herself, and she has more needs than Marina. My husband snapped and screamed at her back, saying that if she had helped her sister instead of sleeping with her husband, this wouldn't have happened, and she has no one to blame but herself. I honestly don't know where I went wrong in raising Donna for her to act and say words like this. It's very disappointing. It sounds like Donna is way overdue for a reality check, daughter or not. Helping her with the apartment and daycare until she gets a job is the best way to help her be more independent, as it sounds like she's codependent to some degree. One thing is that you 100% need to give her a deadline on getting a job, so that she doesn't take advantage of the help. Yes, Opie pays the landlord directly for 1 month's rent, and pays the daycare directly for 1 month's childcare. Then make it clear to Donna that that's all the help she's getting. Yeah, and I only suggest that to Opie because of the grandchild. Otherwise, she does not deserve any help from Opie or anyone. Donna did a horrible thing, and continues to do horrible things by using them for money, and has zero remorse. Honestly, Opie would probably be doing her more of a service by letting her deal with her own mess, so that she can learn the consequences of her actions. Holy hell, is Donna entitled. She really sounds like a human piece of garbage. So, she treats everyone like dirt, and still expects people to bend over backwards to take care of her? Nice. If it wasn't for the grandkids, I would say cut her out of your life and face the consequences of her actions. Even then, you could offer to take the grandkids in, but make her be on her own. Yep, but even after her horrible response in the end, they will be manipulated by her having kids, and still will be subsidizing Donna's existence probably for way longer than just 1 month. The fact that Opie even entertained the idea of letting Donna crash Marina's space tells me Donna is going to have them by the strings for quite a while. To the people who are defending Donna in the previous post and this one, unclench your a-hole so you can breathe some fresh air amid the BS. I honestly don't know where I went wrong in raising Donna. It could be favoritism towards Donna that shaped her entitlement. You don't see because sometimes that rose-tinted view is really tinted. Edited to add, the poster is saying Marina needs to get over it because it's been 3 years. You'd benefit from some life experience. Golden Child Syndrome. Thank God her husband and relatives spoke up on Marina's behalf, because OP certainly was ignoring all of us who said to cut her off. Literally, my comment on her last update was like, Marina is going to be upset and not trust you if you even suggest Donna moving in. What does she do? Suggest this woman move back in. OP needs to look in the mirror to see where she went wrong. Good lord. Now for the last story. My mother wants me and my siblings to forgive our older brother for stealing our other brother's fiancée. My family consists of my oldest brother, Mike, 29, my older sister Anne, 26, my other brother Luke, 25, and me as the youngest, 22 female. Growing up, our parents always taught us to stand together, and that when they were dead and gone, we would only have each other. If one person snitched on a sibling, they'd punish both siblings, the troublemaker and the tattletale. This made us bond really closely, and we heavily valued loyalty. A few years ago, Luke began dating this girl who seemed like a soulmate. They seemed like they'd known each other for years, and it was so cute. He proposed to her and we were all excited because he was gonna be the first sibling to get married. About a year into the proposal, Luke confided in me, we'd always been closest to each other than the other siblings, that Mike and his fiancée's relationship seemed a little too close. He felt awful that he didn't trust her, and tried his best to deny that his brother would betray him like that. After I mentioned it, whenever I'd bring her around the family, I began noticing the behaviors. The flirtatious side-eyeing, the little more than friendly banter, and even the fact that their hugs seemed to be very intimate. I tried to chalk it up as me being paranoid and seeing it only because it was mentioned. Well, things finally hit the fan when she dumped Luke and confessed her love for Mike, and admitted that she'd been cheating on him and that they were in love. She moved out of his house and moved in with Mike. This was about a year and a half ago and they are now engaged. The night everything happened, Luke showed up to my house completely destroyed. He'd been bawling his eyes out. He said some pretty dark things. How he had no purpose, how he'd never live up to Mike, and how the world would go on without him, etc. To add some context, Mike was the cliché jock older brother. Athlete, good-looking, always had girls, and got good grades. Luke always felt like he had to compete with him to get the same attention. Anne and I were girls, so we received our own separate attention. He works out a lot and is in great shape, is tall, and works very hard to subconsciously beat him. To see this big, tough guy break down like that broke my heart, and we cried together and talked a lot. We also called Anne over, and she made his favorite meal for him while in complete shock. The next morning, while Luke was still asleep, Anne and I drove over to Mike's house and absolutely ripped into him. We both had our choice words and left before he could even say anything. Our parents are divorced now, and our dad hasn't been in contact with Mike. He's a very traditional man and puts emphasis on loyalty and brotherly love. He was absolutely furious, and apparently he called Mike and screamed at him. Neither me nor my father and siblings have been in contact with Mike. Luke has declined any of Mike's attempts to apologize and reconcile. Our mother, though, has forgiven him due to him being mama's boy and also being the firstborn son. She actively hangs out with him and urges me and Anne to forgive him and start a relationship with them, which we adamantly refuse. She's also attempted to trick Luke into seeing Mike. This has also hurt Luke, and he no longer contacts our mom, to her dismay. Now, Mike and Luke's ex are engaged and the wedding is set. He's invited all of his siblings and our dad, but we all refuse. Our mom is begging us to be there for him, and in the nicest way possible, try to tell us to get Luke to get over it. She misses her family, and she wants things to normal. When she told Anne that, Anne told her that Mike and his new wife-to-be can be her new happy family. Am I wrong for still being angry at Mike? Is it any of my business? Sometimes I feel like it isn't, but seeing Luke absolutely broken has burned into my brain, and any thoughts of Mike and his soon-to-be wife fills me with anger. Now for the top comments. No, you are fantastic for sticking by your brother. What your other brother did is basically one of the worst things you can do to a sibling, on top of him always having had to compete with his older brother already. Thank you so much for sticking by your brother. You, your sister, and father are fantastic for that. Too many times other family members just forgive and forget, and then get mad at the sibling who is harmed by the actions. I don't have words for the heartbreak that Luke must feel from all this. The deep yawning pit that opened up in his chest when his brother and fiancé did that to him. And again, every time his mother chooses Mike. He must hurt so badly. And make no mistake, what Mike did is unforgivable. Anyone who would try to say any different about this situation is sending a clear signal to Luke how little they value him. I'm so happy for Luke to have at least some family, his sisters and his father, who still love and care for him. If it were me, and my family all got buddy-buddy with Mike and my ex, and try to get me to forgive and be one big happy family again, I think I would cut ties with a lot of them. Move states away, act like I don't have a family, burn bridges, and never talk to them again. If I didn't add myself first. And honestly, if I had to choose a brother and a choice was between Luke and Mike, it's no contest. Mike has shown that he would stab me in the back if he would gain something he wants by doing so, and he would later tell me to get over it. Who would want that in their life? No one owes Mike a happy wedding day. Let Mike enjoy his new family with the girl and her relatives, because he turned his back on the family that raised him the day he chose the girl over his brother. Screw that. Don't give your loyalty to someone that isn't capable of giving it in return. It's one thing if Luke's fiancée left him and later got together with Mike, but she was cheating on him while they were still together. Mike knew this was a massive betrayal and didn't care. He chose himself over the rest of the family. Frankly, by trying to force the family back together, your mother is betraying the family as well, putting her own desire to have a happy family over anyone else's feelings. Mike earned his way out of your life. If you let him back in, the only lesson he'll learn is that loyalty is a one-way street. That requires nothing of him. Let your mother know that while you might not resent her for keeping contact with Mike, I don't know if you would or not, but I would. She will absolutely lose the rest of you if she keeps trying to get you all to sweep it under the rug. If I were in your shoes, the next time I talked to Mike would be at someone's funeral, and I would never say a single word to his new girl ever again. I don't particularly resent her for forgiving him. She's his mother, carried him for 9 months and birthed him, so I don't see it as weird for her to forgive him. But I do agree it's incredibly crappy to try to make us forgive him and try to get Luke to talk to him when he's not ready. Wow. Just wow. Fiancé equals horrible human being. Mike equals terrible brother. Mom? What the hell is wrong with this woman? You, your sister, and your dad, now that's family loyalty, and how families should treat each other. Keep doing exactly what you're doing, and don't give the selfish, cruel, entitled people an inch. Think about how they'd treat you given the same circumstances. Would you want them to continue to stand by you? Of course you would. Keep doing what you're doing because you have it right. Thank God he has you guys. Cut them out. None of them value loyalty and family. Your family is your dad, Anne and Luke. If you can't trust your family, then who can you rely on? This is what I try to tell my mom. Especially since, this is what they taught us.